first I was hired to shoot a guitar collection of Chet Atkins,
Really?
uh, the legendary guitar player and president of RCA and producer. And I mean, he's sort of he wasn't that well known to me, but I knew he was a big deal. And I got hired to shoot his private guitar collection for a coffee table book, and that in turn led to another project that involved the same thing for Les Paul. Les Paul is at that time was in his 80s,
Yeah.
and he lived in this amazing house in New Jersey. So here I am. I mean, my background, I was a guitar player, of course, but the people who hired me had no idea. They just hired me as a photographer. And here I am going to Les Paul's house for about a week and
Really?
have access to all his personal instruments. I get to shoot a portrait of him. He had all this amazing equipment, like the first, electric guitar and the prototypes for Les Paul guitars, and amazing stuff that nobody else gets to see or touch or whatever. And I could just handle it and put it here, place it there, shoot the pictures, and it was fantastic. It was really a dream project.
That's cool. So
That's so cool.
did you talk to these guys about guitar at all when you were doing
I
it?
sure did. Yeah, yeah. It was fascinating because I mean, here's Les Paul, this living legend, living in this old creepy house that was like untouched since the 60s, basically. Nobody had ever done any remodeling or redecorating. It
Oh
looked really
wow.
just like a time capsule. And yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience. And I saw him sitting there all by himself in the middle of the night. He was a night owl, actually. He only got up at 4 in the afternoon and was up all night. And I saw him many times. He was still performing a little bit in New York City in this
Yes,
club called the
Iridium.
Iridium.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually followed him to one of the shows while I was there. But I saw him practicing all by himself in the middle of the night in the kitchen there, and that was a touching moment because I thought he's played all his life and he's a living legend, and yet he still sits there and practices guitar. It was very very moving.